Imagine this. A police officer walks up to your front door, sees your doorbell camera, and instead of acting professionally, they cover it up, or even worse, they disable it, hiding what they're planning to do next. Sounds extreme, right? This isn't just hypothetical anymore. In fact, news outlets are now reporting that federal agents are covering Ring doorbells during so-called knock and talks, and we've got video to prove it.
Hey, how you doing?
This raises serious questions about your privacy and your rights. Is it legal for police to tamper with your security cameras? What specific steps can you take to protect yourself? And how should you handle it if an officer refuses to leave your property? Protecting your home starts with truly understanding your rights. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the area around your front door, your porch, your walkways, even a small front yard. This is legally known as curtilage. The Supreme Court has said curtilage is considered part of your home for the Fourth Amendment purposes. It's protected because it's intimately tied to the private activities of your life. This means police need a warrant to search your curtilage. And just like they need a warrant to search the inside of your house, unless a clear exception applies. Tampering with a camera on your curtilage is a big deal. So, when can police be on your porch? Most often, it's for what's called a knock and talk. This is an investigative technique where officers, without a warrant, approach your home, knock on the door, and try to speak with you. They're hoping you'll consent to a conversation or even search. The key Supreme Court case is Florida versus Jardines, and that tells us that police have an implied license to approach your home and knock, just like a delivery driver, a salesperson, a neighbor, or even a Girl Scout. But that license is limited. They cannot exceed what's considered socially acceptable behavior for any visitor. So think about it. Would a Girl Scout trying to sell you cookies be allowed to reach out and cover your Ring camera or disable your porch cam? Absolutely not. That clearly exceeds social norms, and that standard applies to police officers. If federal agents are doing this, covering cameras on private property, they're absolutely exceeding that visitor license. You wouldn't expect a UPS driver to blind your Ring cam. Why would you expect this from government agents? The Fourth Amendment in cases like United States versus Jacobson says a seizure happens when there's meaningful interference with your property rights. Covering your camera so it can't record, that is interference. And remember, it doesn't matter if the officer is local or federal, a DEA agent, FBI agent, ATF, immigration, it does not give them a free pass. The Constitution does not carve out an exception for federal badges. And if they break your camera, that's potential criminal mischief charges or vandalism too. So what should you do if you catch them in the act or find out later? First, do not open the door. That threshold is a legal barrier. Unless there's a valid warrant or a true emergency, you do not have to open it. Stay calm and keep the door shut. Second, call a lawyer. A good attorney can help you decide whether to file a complaint with Internal Affairs, your state attorney general, or even consider a civil rights lawsuit. Don't go straight to the police station with this. Get legal advice first. Now, if you want to talk to an officer without opening the door, you can, but use an intercom or Ring speaker and clearly say, "Officer, I do not wish to speak with you, and I'm asking you to leave my property immediately." Now, watch out. Some officers are going to say, "Yeah, I can't hear you. Open the door." Don't fall for that trick. It's an old trick. If the officers say they have probable cause, remember, if they really did, they'd already have a warrant. Just say, "If you have probable cause, please get a warrant." Now, what if they keep coming back day after day? That could be harassment. And there's a case called French v. Merrill, and that ruled that repeated visits without a warrant or emergency after the resident said no violated the Fourth Amendment, and that officers could be personally sued. Now, if officers are banging loudly, shouting, and you feel trapped, that may already be a detention, even if you haven't opened the door, and that changes everything. Assert your rights immediately. Say this out loud. "I exercise my right to remain silent. I want an attorney. I do not consent to any searches." Finally, police can only look in plain view from lawful spots, like walking to your front door. They can't wander around your property or peek in through your windows without a warrant. That's a search, plain and simple. The bottom line, your home and its surroundings are protected. Police must respect those boundaries. And now, more than ever, you need to know your rights. If this breakdown helped you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future updates. Try to do once a week this Know Your Rights types video. And if you want a breakdown of the officers covering that doorbell camera, leave me a comment and I will try to do my best to get that. In fact, I will try to respond to all comments, although I can't really promise that. I get a lot of comments and got a lot of stuff going on. And if you're in Indiana, though, and you're facing a legal issue, give me a call, 317-632-3642. And most importantly, remember to always plead the fifth.